Hi guys, I am just getting over being sick, and while I was resting up and healing up, I thought of you guys and how I should put together a video of some makeup tips and general tips for you on how to pull yourself together if you have somewhere that you need to be when you're sick. The first thing that you want to make sure that you do is take a daytime medicine that will help control your symptoms, sneezing, coughing, runny nose, all that stuff. So after you take your medicine, hop in a hot shower and put a little scoop of mentholatum in the bottom of your shower if you have some. With or without the mentholatum, the hot shower will clear out your sinuses. It'll just do a little better job if you have it. You'll feel better cleaning out your pores, getting all that icky stuff out that you've been sick. I know you haven't been taking care of your skin, girl, because I don't when I'm sick. I just want to sleep. I don't always get to sleep, but I just want to sleep. So when you get out of your hot shower, you need to make sure that you moisturize very well. So you've cleaned your face, make sure that you get a good moisturizer in there. My skin, I have very oily skin normally, but when I'm sick, it gets so dry, and it's really hard for me to adjust to thinking about everything from the dry skin perspective because I'm always thinking about mattifying. But you definitely want to make sure that you moisturize, maybe do a moisturizing mask if you need to. But once you're moisturized, then you can start diving into the makeup portion. Now, with your makeup, you want to try and use a moisturizing primer if you can, and a long-wearing foundation. You want to make sure that you focus on the long-wearing foundation because, of course, you're going to be touching your nose, you're going to be itching your eyes, so you want to make sure that you have something that will stand up to that. And another awesome tip is to take your foundation with you wherever you're going. That way you're not scared of having a patch of your skin showing through here.
Your blemish infested skin from your poor skincare,
If you pack that foundation, then you don't have to worry about you rubbing off around your nose or anything like that. You can do a touch-up. Whenever you're selecting what makeup you're going to use, make sure you select as much luminizing products as you can. If you have highlighter, make sure you grab some. That way your skin has a little bit of a healthy glow to it instead of being very dull and uncolored. And same thing with my blush. I have on a luminous blush along with my highlighter. Now, I'm not trying to look, bam, glowy. I want to look healthy and very radiant. And in order to do that, it's okay to use highlighter. Highlighter isn't just for, Instagram posts. And when you are doing your makeup, make sure that you keep it natural looking. You don't want to have a full, glam eye going with the rest of your makeup faded off. If you keep it natural, if something ends up coming off, then it looks a lot better than if you did, full drag eyes. Another tip that I forgot to do when I was doing my makeup is to pop a little highlight on the inner corner of your eyes, and that will help brighten them as well. My last tip is to make sure that you drink a nice cup of hot tea whenever you're sick with some honey in it. Stay away from caffeine. Stick to water and hot tea for the next few days while you are getting back to yourself. Caffeine will dehydrate you, so you want to make sure that you're hydrating your body as much as possible, and that will help you feel better a lot quicker as well. Okay guys, I have already put on a moisturizing primer. I used the Too Faced Hangover RX, and I am just going to go in and apply foundation. And for my foundation, I use the CoverGirl Outlast 3-in-1 foundation. You want to try and make sure that you get a foundation that will last quite a while. Now, obviously when you're sick, your eyes are going to look like bloody hell. And sometimes your skin too. My skin gets very blemished up whenever I'm sick. I think it's a combination of being dehydrated and poor skincare. Now, I am just going to go in with my NYX concealer underneath my eye area to try and brighten that up. And then I am going to use my Maybelline Stick Concealer for the blemishes that I have around my face. Now I am just going to go in with my Coty Airspun powder and put a little bit of baking under my eyes where I put the concealer at. Now I have really oily skin and my concealer would just melt off if I didn't do this. If you guys have normal to dry skin, be careful when you're sick. You don't want to look overly caked up, so make sure that you evaluate your skin. Don't go baking if you're all dried up. Now, while this is setting, I am going to go in with some of my Chocolate Soleil Too Faced bronzer and bronze up the outsides of my face. When you're sick, your face can look very dull and lifeless, so don't skimp on the bronzer. I am just going to dust off this powder here. That way we can get into the rest of our face. I am going to add some highlight. This is my Wet n Wild Mega Glow highlighting powder. I like to highlight before I put on my blush. I feel like that layering technique looks a little bit more natural. And we're not going for super glowy, stroby look. We just want to look definitely more alive. So we want to keep it looking natural. And next I am going to go in with a luminizing blush. I'm going to be using Too Faced Love Hangover. And just go in and add some color to my cheeks. Again, we want to bring as much life back into our face as possible. If you choose to wear eyeshadow, then you want to go with a neutral palette. This one is awesome. This is Walking on Eggshells by Wet n Wild. This is a very good natural look. Today I am going to skip that and I am just going to go in with some eyeliner to make my eyes look more awake. You definitely don't want to skimp on eyeliner because you want your eyes to be awake, and as they look now, they look very tired. So I'm just going to go in. This is a Wet n Wild Mega Last eyeliner. And I'm just going to smudge it here. Again, we're keeping things natural looking. Just going to add a little lift to the outside here. And I'm going to go down just on the outside of my eye here. On the outside corner, I just want to give some definition. Now look at the difference. This eye definitely looks more awake than this eye. I am going to go in and do my brows right now. I want to do more of a heavy and pronounced brow since the rest of my face is going to be very muted and natural. So I want to have my brows be my focal point, which is good when you're sick because you're not usually touching your brows. Usually the main points of contact are your nose, which you're blowing, your itchy eyes. So brows are a safe bet. And I am just going to be using my Anastasia Dip Brow in taupe. And I feel like when your brows are done, it definitely lifts up your face and makes you look more awake. And that's something we definitely want when we're sick. Alright guys, so I got my brows on. Now that I have all of my face on for the most part, I am going to go back in with my airspun powder and do a light dusting over my entire face, my brows, my eyeliner, my foundation, my blush, just cover it all. Now, the reason why I'm doing this is, again, when you're sick, you do a lot of contact with your face and touching, so you want to try and make your makeup last as long as possible. So whenever you go over with your powder, if you mute out your blush or your bronzer, just go over it again, put a little bit more blush on top or whatnot. And now that I'm all powdered up, I'm going to curl and paint my lashes with some mascara. This is Mary Kay Ultimate Mascara. This is the mascara I like to use when I'm going for a natural look. It's very soft and feathery. And I'm doing the bottom lashes also. That way I can brighten my eyes and give them shape. When I'm sick, my lips get chapped. My nose gets clogged up, and then I breathe out my mouth, and then I get really chapped lips like I have right now. What I would suggest doing is using a lip balm that is in a squeezy tube. That way you could squeeze it out on your clean finger, so you're not contaminating the product. If it's in a stick form, then you can just cut off the top, I guess. But you always want to hydrate your lips with some lip balm. If you do decide to wear a color, make sure that it is a hydrating lip balm, a hydrating lipstick, something along those lines, maybe a lip gloss. Hold off on the liquid lipsticks, matte lipsticks. Wait until you're feeling better, because if you try and wear them when your lips are all chapped, it is not going to look cute. A good lipstick is the Revlon Lip Butters. I am going to go in, this is a nail cleaning brush, but I use this for my lips. So I scrub off excess dried skin on my lips. So I just cleared off that top layer, and then I am going to put on some more of my lip balm to hydrate now. And this is the look. Hi guys, I am just and get your shit together. Let me look at my notes. Ow. My gosh. OMG. When my nose is all clogged up,